3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 1014. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and you would like to help support it, you can do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to subscribe and to stick around, welcome, and thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. So, I first want to say that the number 4 in 1014 in particular is sticking out to me. Maybe it's because when I looked at the timer on the video, it was at 44 seconds. Let's start with interpreting the number 1. In 1014, there are 2 ones, and the way that I interpret this number, it's about trusting yourself. Sometimes it can be about trusting myself as well, but I'm not really feeling it's meant for me for this reading. I'm seeing the High Priestess in reverse, which was in the previous reading. So if you feel like you're connected to that or feel called to it, maybe you want to watch that reading. But this number is about connecting with your intuition and your inner voice and making choices and decisions based on how you truly think, feel, and believe. Making your decisions about you and what you want and what you need. It's important to make your decisions about yourself because you are ultimately the person who will be subject to the consequences of your own decisions. And sometimes what's best for you or what's right to you isn't even about yourself, you know? I just think in general it's important to trust to do whatever you feel called to do. Whatever decision you make sure it's a decision that you actually want to make and truly feels right to you. The number 0 is about a significant journey. I kind of usually see it as 2 journeys, at least 2 journeys. There's one journey that I feel we all should have, which is about the journey to loving yourself, the healing journey, that's a lifelong thing. And all the other journeys, they run parallel to this journey of self-love and healing, and ultimately how you treat yourself in the long run. To put it in the most general sense, the journey with yourself, with the connection that you should have to yourself. This journey always comes first. I did see, before I forget, I saw the number 333 on the timer. When I said before I forget, it reminded me of the song Before I Forget by Slipknot. So if that's significant for you, this could be confirmation, or maybe there's some lyrics in there that bring significant messages for you. But the number 333, is about expressing yourself, communication. Just like any other relationship in your life, it's very important to have clear and honest communication with yourself, being honest with yourself. Really putting in the effort to understand yourself and connect with yourself. Number 3 is also about healing and growing, and I'm also feeling transformation. You could really feel like you are going through a personal transformation that does require a lot of healing and growing. I feel like you are learning a lot, you're becoming aware of a lot, you're becoming more conscious. Not only of yourself, but also this reality. And it's interesting, to say the least. We all have our own conspiracy theories, you know? But the only other way that I interpret the number 3 at this time is also making a commitment. And I feel that this is encouraging you to really make a conscious commitment and effort to the journey of the connection and the relationship that you have with yourself. You may feel called to practice more self-love and self-care. I say this journey always comes first because if you don't know how to care for yourself or love yourself, or you don't know what you need, what you want, or you don't really understand how you think, feel, or believe, it's going to be really, really hard to stay committed to other journeys, other relationships. It's okay to put yourself first, and it may be hard to express that at times, but the more that you do it, the easier it'll get, the easier it will get to brace for unfavorable reactions. As long as you believe that you are doing your best, that you are truly doing the right thing, you don't have to feel bad about your decisions. Because ultimately, if you're wrong, you don't have to dwell on making a mistake. You might feel bad, but you don't have to dwell on it and punish yourself about it forever. There could definitely be a significant choice or decision, or many of them, for somebody where it's really, really important to just do what you feel called to do, what you feel is right to do. And it's okay to listen to other opinions for other perspectives, but the perspective that matters the most is your own. That's what I think anyway. And of course, it always depends on the context, so please only take what resonates and what, like I've been saying, feels right. Let's go ahead. Well, yeah, other than a journey with the number 0, it can also be about beginnings and endings, or some sort of transition where something is coming to an end and you're moving into something new. You know, letting go of something old and embracing something new. You could be going through an ending right now, or something new is already starting, or you're in that transition. Only take what resonates. But let's go ahead and move into the number 4 now, which this number is about stability, psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually and physically. It's also connected to your ancestors for me. It's always a message from your ancestors to prioritize stability. You might be seeing the number 444, or if you haven't noticed, or if you're new, I do have an ad at the end, which you might have seen the pop-up for at the beginning. And, you know, in between describing the spiritual advising service that I'm offering, there's like little images, and I make them with tarot cards. I pull tarot cards and I choose images that I connect with, that I align with, and how I interpret the cards. So maybe those images are significant to you, because one of them is, well, by the time this video goes up, I think so. Or maybe it was you already saw it or something. But one of the images was a boat with the number 4 on it. So this gives me the feeling that there is a situation that you want to let go, that you want to leave behind. And I think as long as you learn how to lead yourself and your own decisions, you will find a way out. You will be a leader for yourself and potentially for other people. Especially if this journey is particularly difficult, you could have a really powerful story that inspires others to find a way out as well. Even if your situation is the same or different, your story matters. The world needs to hear it. Somebody needs to hear it and to know that you made it out, you know? I was going to say all your ancestors, but your spirit guides overall, all they want for you at a basic level is to feel safe and secure and stable. Because they want you to thrive, not just survive. And you need a stable foundation to thrive and to build. The number 3 can, for me, can also be about building. That's what, that whole thing about commitment is. Maybe somebody here needs to have a more stable home life, a more stable job, a more stable way of thinking, etc., etc. It just feels like this number 4 is really encouraging you to prioritize stability. I just saw the number 44 again, 44 seconds. That little cut with the glitchy effects that you saw about 40 seconds ago. This is the second part of the video that I'm recording, because I can only record 10 minutes at a time, and it sucks, but that's how I saw the number, the 44 seconds again. Adding up these numbers, 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 1 is 2, plus 4 is 6, and number 6 is about a choice. It is about a choice between self-love and self-destruction. And this could be an overall choice of how you address all of your decisions. Is it going to be about loving yourself or hating yourself? Or there's a specific decision where is it going to be about loving yourself or hating yourself moving forward? Is it going to be about building yourself up or tearing yourself down? It's okay to choose yourself if you need to, if that's what truly feels right for you. The number 6 is always encouragement for you to choose self-love, because the universe, your spirit guides, especially your ancestors, want you to love yourself. Not only because it's going to give you more stability in your life, but you just deserve to have that kind of relationship with yourself. You don't deserve to be fighting yourself all the time, all of these little battles or war going on within you. You deserve to be at peace. I think being more kinder, more patient, less strict with yourself could give you that, more peace. I'm going to move into the cards now. I'm only going to use the Prisma Visions Tarot for this reading. I don't know how many cards I'm going to pull. We'll see how many I feel called to pull. I kind of only want to pull 4 of them. Oh, one just fell on the table there. We have the sun in reverse with the solar plexus chakra. The sun card has the number 19 on it. 1 plus 9 is 10. And I see the number 10 as confirmation of the presence of your spirit guides. They do want to support you. They really want to guide you, help you, and connect with you. And they can only do that if you're willing. They're not going to try to force anything that you don't want or are not ready for. 1 plus 0 is 1, which we've already established is about trusting yourself, and my ear is ringing right now. And it's the ear that I have a headphone in right now. It's been around for a while, maybe that I usually keep one headphone in my ear with meditation music to help me really focus on the reading and really connect. And the ear that was ringing was the one with the headphone in it, and I'm actually listening to a third eye meditation. That's actually really interesting, because your third eye is about your intuition, and we just talked about how the number 1 is about trusting yourself. I do feel that your intuition is trying to guide you or lead you somewhere. Your gut is just telling you to make a certain decision, and I feel like you can trust it. But don't take my word for it. Only trust it if you actually do. Only trust yourself the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can trust other people and stuff like that, but trust yourself the most. The sun in reverse itself is about darkness. You might feel confused, or maybe you're not seeing the full picture of something. Maybe you're not seeing yourself fully. Like you're not seeing your own strengths, your own light, your own power. No matter what, it feels like there is darkness here, distorting your perception and your judgment, and it's making it difficult to make a decision that really truly feels aligned with what your intuition is telling you, what your inner is telling you. I think it's really important to reflect on and identify any fears that could be affecting the decision-making process for something. And ask yourself, is my fear trying to protect me? Or am I just limiting myself and doubting myself when I shouldn't be? Or I don't have to, you know? It might also be helpful to reflect on the past or childhood to understand these fears deeper and how they are trying to limit or protect you. Once you can identify what is fear-driven, I think it'll be easier for you to connect with and feel what your intuition is trying to tell you. Let's go ahead and get another card. Wow, this is some powerful energy coming through. We have the Star in reverse with the crown chakra, the zodiac sign of Aquarius, and the element of air. I'm not sure what element that upside down triangle is, but you can look it up if you feel called to. The Star card has the number 18 on it. No, it doesn't. It has the number 17. And 1 plus 7 is 8, which is about loss and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. Maybe there is a person or a situation that your intuition is calling for you to walk away from, but you're afraid to walk away for some reason. You could be afraid to go outside of your comfort zone, maybe to be more independent. That's okay to feel afraid. What is courage without fear? It's not the fear itself that limits you. It's choosing to allow it to limit you. So are you going to let your fear have control over you and your decisions? Or are you going to let yourself be courageous? The Star in reverse itself brings the feeling of hopelessness. You might really be feeling trapped, and the fear could be really strong. So I encourage you to take your time when reflecting and working through this fear that might be keeping you in a situation that makes you feel trapped. Are you actually trapped, or are you mentally trapped? You know, like, is there like a mental prison that is manifesting a physical prison? I'm really feeling that it's your mind that is keeping you stuck. And every time I mention someone being stuck in a reading, it always reminds me of this card that I wrote myself that says, you're not stuck, you're still. And it's okay to be still right now, to not know what to do right now. Being still will help you reflect. It'll give you time to reflect, to help you better understand what really is the right thing to do here. And I'm being reminded about what I said about choosing self-love. That's ultimately what I feel like is the right thing to do. Spiritually, that's what I feel like is the right thing to do. But it's up to you to discern what that means. What decision is about self-love for me? You deserve to be free, is what I can say. Let's get the next card. Interesting, I'm just now remembering how the number 4 was sticking out to me, and I felt called to only pull 4 cards, so it feels like even more confirmation that 4 cards is the right amount of cards to pull for this reading for you. Which one? Let's do this one. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse with the planet of Venus, the zodiac sign of Virgo, and the element of Earth. The number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. This number is here to remind you that choosing self-love, giving yourself freedom, is so much bigger than you. When each of us individually choose freedom in our own lives, we are contributing to the collective effort to choose freedom for humanity as a whole. Because we all matter individually because of how connected we are. It really is about numbers. The more people, the better. And there's already so many people fighting for more freedom from their own mind. And you can be a part of that if that's what you choose. And be a part of the collective effort to fight for more freedom for humanity as a whole. Never forget that this is bigger for you. There is purpose in choosing freedom. Don't trap yourself in the idea that better doesn't exist, that there can't be more, that you can't be more free, that we all can't be more free. I just saw the number 1, 2, 3, which is a sign about trusting that everything happens for a reason. Everything is the way it is right now for a reason. Sometimes we know what that reason is, sometimes we don't. But I'm going to leave that to you to reflect on, because I'm not feeling anything specific come through with that. Maybe it's your current situation. So if this situation is meant to teach you something or show you something for a reason, you have had the specific experiences that you've had for a reason, to learn from them and to use those lessons to make a difference, to invest in the world and the collective in a way that is unique to you, but also can be helpful and beneficial to other people. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse itself, it feels like you're feeling very dissatisfied and unhappy with where you're at right now. And it's okay to feel that way, but it's important to not dwell on this, because it's keeping you distracted from actually getting out, is what I feel. Let's go ahead and get the last card. Alright, stop being trying to shuffle these cards and it's just not working like I want it to. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse, with the zodiac sign of Sagittarius and the element of fire. We already talked about the number 8 and how it's about loss and trusting that whatever is lost will be replaced. So this is just reaffirming what I already said and confirming that whatever you let go, whoever you let go for your highest good, to love yourself, it will pay off. And it may take time, but I believe and trust that it will pay off. Because when you love yourself more, you attract more love into your life. And like I said, it may take more time. And the 8 of Wands in reverse, I interpret that as slow moving energy. It feels like you're still in the phase where it's important to stay focused, to work hard, to put in effort, and to be patient. I think that's really interesting how that lines up. How I was talking about it may take time, and then this card is just like, yeah, it might be a little slow, but don't lose hope. I think it's important for you to reflect on what actually gives you hope and what makes it easier for you to not let it go. And I just keep feeling that trust in yourself, in the universe, and what's possible, and that everything happens for a reason. You will learn so much on this journey, connecting with yourself and loving yourself. And it's not just about yourself that you're going to learn about. It's important, but it's also about other people and the world and your own potential and why you went through what you did. You deserve to know, and you can know, as long as you stay focused on healing, growing, and the ultimate goal here, which is to be free. And if you're in a physical situation that you feel trapped in, you don't have to wait until you're out of that situation to feel free. Like I said, I feel like this prison, this cage, it feels a lot more mental. And you can and deserve to figure out how to feel more free, how to think more freely, feel and believe more freely. I feel like this darkness could potentially feel suffocating, but it's also a lot of potential for there to be more light in your life, transmuting that darkness into more light. All I really feel right now is it's important to reflect on what this darkness means, to better understand it and how you can use it to your advantage. The last thing I want to talk about is how in my journey earlier on, I used to tell myself that pain equals potential. It's a direct reflection of how much potential you have. Because there's so much to learn from pain. And I really encourage you to do that. To focus on learning and understanding. And eventually you will know what to do with all of these things that you've learned in a way that makes you feel at peace and fulfilled. I really, truly do believe that.